one's workout video. So we're going to put you through a little circuit. We are going to show you the exercises with the expectation that you will do
3 to 4 rounds,
depending on your time frame, what you have time for,
of 12 to 15 reps each.
Yes.
And we're working on our biceps and our triceps.
Hopefully you have some dumbbells at home. If you don't, you could use, the old school, go get some cans out of your cabinet and all that good stuff. Or you could go somewhere like Five Below. They have really cheap light hand weights. We would love you to work up to not light hand weights, but if you're just starting out, that's a good place to start. You could also do most of this with resistance bands as well.
Yes, if you have resistance bands. And they sell them too.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to advertise for Five Below.
We work for Five Below. We wish we did.
It's really cheap, so yeah.
Alright, so we're going to show you this workout, and then you can go about this workout 2 to 3 times this week.
So I'll take a profile, and Candace will be in front of you, so you can have both views. But you want your elbows pulled back, shoulders back and down, belly pulled in tight.
Tuck your hips forward. Don't push the booty out.
And then slowly, using the resistance, you want to bring your arms up, bending the elbows all the way, and then resisting on the way down. That's where you want to put most of the effort, is actually when you come down. You don't want to just drop the weights. So what you don't want to look like, the swinging stuff, doesn't do anything for you.
Nothing more annoying. Well, there's plenty of things that are more annoying. It makes us hurt when we see people doing that, though, because you will hurt yourself.
Yes.
So make sure your elbows are glued the whole time, and that you're resisting on the way up and on the way back down.
And then you come all the way down to your thighs. If you're not coming all the way, you're not putting the whole resistance on it. And if you have dumbbells that are a little heavier and you need to alternate, that's perfectly fine too. Mm-hmm. It also helps you figure out which one is your weak arm.
Yes, we all have one. And these are called dumbbell curls, in case you don't know what these are, or bicep curls.
Yes.
In case you didn't know. The next movement, so you'll do that for 12 to 15 reps before moving on to the next exercise. The next is a tricep extension. We have 2 options for you, and I sort of picked this up from Jillian Michaels. She said, and you can do it with one weight. You actually see most of the time more people doing it with one weight. The good thing about doing it with 2 is that you will figure out really quickly which is your weaker arm. But you're coming down, you're keeping your elbows and your arms close to your ears, and you're keeping your shoulders down. Don't let them float up. And you're extending right over your head. Work your tricep.
And you want to make sure that you're keeping your elbows facing forward the entire time, so you're squeezing them together so it works the back of the arm. If you're not feeling the tension through the back of the arm, you're not close enough. You also want to make sure you keep your shoulder blades squeezed in together for those 2.
And if you have, you could also do this, I have seen it this way as well.
Yes.
Where you're holding on. I actually almost prefer
See how she keeps her elbows pointing forward? And there's tension in between her shoulder blades the entire time she's there.
And you could also do that with a plate. I don't know how many of you have a weighted plate at your house, but if you do, that's awesome.
Some of us do. For whatever reason.
And then 12 to 15 reps of that. So you go right from curls to extensions. And the next, push-ups. So we have a couple of options for push-ups. You obviously, optimally, and we're going to be on your toes. Or you could be on the knees. Which would you like me to show?
I'll take the high and you can take the low.
I'll see how it is. No.
Well, nice. It's because when we're doing squats, you're going to be on squat.
Alright, so if you're on your knees, don't do this. You're going to put tension on your kneecaps, and don't do this.
It throws your balance when you do it that way.
You can just lay your legs on right here.
And if you have to keep your toes tucked in, that's okay. You're still engaging your abs then, but just make sure that your knees are behind your hips, not right under.
This is not a push-up.
Yeah. So you just lean forward a little, and then you come as close to the ground as you possibly can. You're squeezing your shoulder blades as you come closer to the ground, and then you're squeezing your chest a little as you come all the way up. But that works both the front and the back of your arms at the same time. So that would be your lower option. And then if you're going all out, Hands are out wide. Come close and up. You want to keep your knees soft.
Notice that her back isn't dipping toward the ground and her butt isn't going up toward the sky. There's a nice straight line. That is really important. Dipping your back in, you're going to feel tons of tension right in that lower back region. That's not the point.
And then if you want to make it harder on yourself, and you can, you get elevated.
If elevation makes you dip the back again, though, go right back to your regular push-up.
Right.
She's able to hold her form, and that's why that's okay.
And
to make it easier in a different way, if you didn't want to go to your knees.
Right. And if you're starting floor work, if this is not something you're used to, having yourself farther away from the ground is always going to be easier. So if you have to do them on a table, on the wall, that is how you gain the strength. So you have to start somewhere.
All right, next up is going to be dips. Hold on, let me put my weights up so I don't fall.
That probably wouldn't be good. So if you're going to do them on a chair, and we definitely suggest that you have enough space from the ground, because it'll help you with range of motion. You want to keep your elbows back, and you're still squeezing your shoulder blades together. So when I bend my elbows, that's where they go.
Don't let your shoulders just come up to your ears.
That is going to hurt your shoulders. So either one works for me.
I'll do this.
Extend it? Okay. So that would be your highest option. You want your legs as far away from the rest of your body as you can, but your hips and your butt is still very, very close to the surface. It helps some people to actually bring the fingertips out wide, because it helps you keep the elbows close together. But if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, you want your fingers facing your butt.
So you can't do it like this.
Right. And you wouldn't have to come all the, obviously Candace can go lower, but you don't have to go all the way down for it to be good. If you're doing power ones, even if they're baby ones, you're going to feel them anyway. And then your lower option would be knees bend and body
degrees.
Really, really close. So I come down and up. So what I'm telling you is, instead of coming all the way down to the floor, I can be right here, and I'm still doing the same. It's almost a pulse.
I think that's good for that one. Alrighty.
Rows.
Bicep rows. Not,
And for the bicep rows, and no, we're not trying to tell you to go buy more equipment, but if you do have lighter and heavier dumbbells, for your rows, you actually want to use the heavier, because you're going to have your back helping you, rather than just the curls, where it's only your biceps working. So if you have those heavier dumbbells, you want to hinge right at the hips. You want to lean forward, but your chest is pressing towards the ground, and your shoulders are back. Here? Where? All right. You come down, and as you row, you're pulling the weights back so that they almost come to your rib cage, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades, and then you let it go. So squeeze, come in, and back down. So rather than your regular rows where you go up and down, and this one's you kind of come in and back out. Oh, so pretty. You can stay there. All right, so you get the idea, right? I think she liked this a little too much. Then last but not least, we're doing kickbacks. Yeah. This is probably my favorite tricep exercise. Yeah. And it's where you can actually tell the lines in the back of your arm, and you're like, hey! So,
our videographer is telling her that she's not in the film.
I'm all over the place in the. Okay, am I good, Riddell? All right, awesome. So you can do both at the same time, or you can alternate. But if you're doing them standing, just like with those rows, you're leaning forward, belly pulls tight.
When you do that, just a quick note: when you lean forward, it doesn't mean you lean forward like this. You show them off. You're not boys, girls, whatever. Put your chest out like you're trying to show somebody something, okay? And then you do the work.
That is really important. important. If you're hunched in, you're not going to get anything out of it. So you want to start right at the hip and take it back. You kick back, and then you come right to your hips. So you're not coming into a curl. You stay right by the side. Please stay here, stay there, whatever you do.
Even on Pinterest, there's pictures of it says tricep workout. And I'm like, no, not really.
It's not really. So just kick back. That's if you're doing it in a standing. You can also do them on the ground if that helps you. One hand goes out, back stays flat. You can kick the legs back a little and then go all the way and back.
You do, and
all
especially if you're using two, you are going to be pinning your shoulder blades together, because what I do notice a whole lot in class is just like this. And I understand why you would do that. It feels like you're doing it, but you have to pull the shoulder blades together and then kick it back. And for those, just like with other exercises, you can use bands. Yeah. So if you were to do that, you would step on it, one or two depending on resistance. If I can grab this the right way. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. I kick back and I resist on the way back down. So I only stay right by my hips. So you're not going to see that L shape.
When you do that, you have to make sure your palms are facing the ceiling. And if you want to make it harder when you're using the dumbbells, you use the same. You press up.
And then if you want a little more, when you get to the top, you hold.
Yes, or a little pull too. You can see the definition right there. That's where you want to go. So, friendly reminder, you want to do this 3 to 4 rounds, 12 to 15 reps each. Curls first, extensions, push-ups, dips, rows,
and kickbacks.
and kickbacks. Let us know how you do.
See ya.